Next, we will go over our results for our study, and we conducted this study with the intention of discovering whether exercise has any effect on perceived stress. And for our specific study, we focused on moderate intensity exercise and compared our results using the PSS-10 method of testing. The scores were collected before and after the 15-minute exercise bout using a paired samples t-test. And what we found was that stress scores did drop from an average of about 14.45 before exercise to about 11.64 afterward. And this decrease does prove to be statistically significant with a t-value of 4.20 and a p-value of 0.0018. So overall, these results suggest that even a short 15-minute bout of moderate intensity exercise can lead to a noticeable reduction in perceived stress. We also analyzed VAS scores before and after the exercise session. However, these scores decreased only slightly, and the change was not statistically significant. So our presentation focuses primarily on the significant PSS results. So to reiterate on a few things we've already discussed in the previous slide, looking at the table below, we can see that the statistical analysis for the PSS-10 scores are recorded. We used a paired samples t-test to compare stress levels before and after the exercise session, and the highlighted values show the main results. The average PSS-10 score before exercise was about 14.45, as already discussed, and after the intervention, it did drop to about 11.64. The t-value for this comparison was 4.20 with a p-value of 0.0018 to round off. And because this p-value is below 0.05, it indicates that the decrease in perceived stress after the exercise session was statistically significant. And in the next slide, we're going to see how this change aligns more clearly with a bar graph. Here we're able to see a more visual representation of the change in perceived stress scores before and after exercise intervention. The bar graph on the left represents the mean PSS score, the mean PSS-10 score before the exercise session, while the bar graph on the right represents the mean score after the intervention. And as shown in the figure, the mean stress score decreased from approximately 14.45 before exercise to about 11.64 after the 15-minute bout of moderate intensity exercise. Having the colors and seeing the bars next to each other makes it a little bit easier to see the transition. The error bars represent plus or minus 1 standard deviation. And overall, this figure illustrates the reduction in perceived stress following the exercise session.